Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Mark Ham and I'm in full-time recovery from drug addiction. Today guys, I'm going to share a story with you. A story which is pretty messed up by any sense of the word. This was a story when my addiction was at its peak, okay? Once I started to use drugs, I did not stop, okay? Now we all know drug users, drug addicts, alcoholics do and say some pretty crazy shit, okay? Especially when they are under the influence, okay? Once the drug of choice is inside you, or whatever your addiction is, it's very difficult to stop, okay? And you'll say and do whatever is necessary to obtain more. I was no different. Once I was under the influence, once the drugs were in full effect, for me personally, and for millions of others, very, very difficult to stop, okay? The drugs are highly addictive. You don't want it to wear off, and pretty much anything goes to obtain more. So today I'm going to share a story with you. This is one of my many stories during my cycle of drug addiction. And this, as I said, was when it was at its peak. So guys, the story is, this is my payday loan story. Pretty fucked up by any standard. Now, in early 2020, guys, just as COVID kicked in, I was in a limbo state. I was waiting for a job to start, had a little bit of money behind me because I had a few months of sobriety. Waiting for a job to start, lots of free time, of course, because we're all in lockdown. And guys, the combination as an addict, money, free time, boredom, this is a recipe for disaster, okay, by any stretch of the imagination. I'm sure many of you can relate to this, okay? So just to point out, guys, this was my first big relapse after seeking treatment. And I went on a huge bender. I went on for 5 or 6 days, I think it was 6 days. But it was after day 4, okay? So day 4, all the drugs were starting to wear off. I was led down on my bed, starting to come down, obviously all fucked up in my head, all over the place. 4 days of no sleep. Everything was starting to wear off. So then all the faults start to occur in your head. One is like, right, let's call it a day. And the other part, the addictive part, is no, we're not done yet. Let's keep going. As I've explained in my story, guys, myself, full-on addict. Once I start, I do not stop. Very common for a lot of people. There's more in the tank. Let's keep going. So then you have a battle with yourself, a personal battle. One part of you is starting to go, that's enough, but the other side is in full swing. It still wants more. It wants to keep going. It is not satisfied. So then you make the decision, right, let's keep going. So all these thoughts then come into your head, as they did with me. Right, what can I do to get money? Think. I want to keep going. I ain't done yet. What can I sell? What can I borrow? How can I obtain more money? Nothing is off the table at this point, which for me personally, I can completely see how people get into debt, how they do stupid things, because this is the power of the drugs, okay? Very, very powerful. For people who don't use, they think it's ridiculous. It's not. This is the power of addiction, okay? It changes your brain. So guys, I decided, let's see if I can borrow some money. Let's see if I can take a quick loan out online, a quick payday loan. Bear in mind, guys, I had no job. I had no intention to pay it back. The attitude at this point when you are in this moment is just, let's just take the money, sort it out later. This is the common thing. Sort it out after. Now, all you're thinking about at this moment is the immediate gratification from the drug. You just want the next line, the next hit to keep the session going. That's all you're thinking about, okay? Very, very messed up. So I dragged myself up, opened my laptop, started searching payday loans. Managed to find one in particular. I won't say the name. Filled all the questions out, filled all the stuff, okay. All a lie, of course. Lie. Total BS. We're doing and saying whatever it takes just to get more money, okay. This is the mindset of an addict at this point. Anyway, got accepted for the loan. I'm like, yes, 750 quid accepted. I can continue to use. We're back at the races, okay? You're then lifted straight away. Sign the loan. Don't even bother to read it. Quick signature. Make all the necessary arrangements to continue to feed your habit, this disgusting habit. Spent the whole lot of money The whole lot. Lasted me 2 days, £750 gone. Just like that. So eventually, after this 2 days, we're now on day 6, okay? Very extreme use, as I've explained in my story. Day 6, we finally hit a wall. We are no longer able to continue. We have suppressed the addictive part of my brain. It's content. So anyway, guys, from here, couple of days pass normally. You sleep, you fuel up with food, try and reset yourself, okay? It's like you're just refueling and replenishing your system. Once the session has ended, once the bender is finished, you then have to undo all the damage you have just done during that time frame where you have been using, especially if you have been using for days upon days, okay? The normality, your normal lifestyle has just been parked up. The drugs have consumed it. That stuff doesn't matter at this point. All it is to just continue to use. We'll undo, we'll sort out the damage after, okay? So this could be work, this could be debts, relationships, maybe you've disappeared. I used to disappear for days on end. Whatever it is, during this period, you then have to go back over what you've done, okay? So it's not a nice place to be in. However, this is the consequences of your action. So in this instance, guys, it was like, right, let's take a look at this debt. I could vaguely remember the company. At first, I was like, who was it? Had to do some research to get the company back up. Found the company, went through my history, managed to log into the account. And guys, there it was, my balance, right in front of me. I could not believe my eyes, guys. I took out, my face dropped. I took out £750 from a PayDay company. No intention to pay it back. No money to pay it back. There it was, guys, the balance. The balance, the interest. Have a guess. £3,150 is now your debt from taking out 750. So I have just spent £3,000 in 2 days on drugs. Gone like that. What the fuck? My face dropped. I was like, what the fuck have I done? I cannot believe it. Plus the money I spent prior to this, of course, for those first 4 days. £3,150 gone. I then checked my credit file. The whole debt is on my credit file. There is no getting out of it. You've signed it. You now owe £3,150. This is horrendous. This is the type of thing addiction can make you do. This is the power of it. You say and do whatever it takes. This drug, guys, cocaine, is the devil. Believe me, it is the devil. Be very, very wary, guys. It may feel good to start with. It's all fun and games. Of course it is. It's a new experience. It's a feeling unobtainably naturally from the hit of the cocaine. It's highly, highly addictive, guys. Very, very addictive indeed. Do not be fooled by it. Be aware, if you are taking it, this is the kind of thing it can lead to, okay, guys? £3,000 gone. Gone, just like that. You then need to pay that debt off, unless you're somebody who goes, fuck it, I'll let it go. That will then mess up your credit file. That's going to then have an impact for later on in life. If the day comes where you go, I won't mind getting a mortgage now. I won't mind buying something. Forget it. You're heavily in debt. By the time this is all, you've come round, you've probably got a CCJ, your credit file's fucked, you're in trouble. This is how deadly this stuff is, okay? Okay, guys, so I just wanted to make this story live for people to understand. This was when it was at its peak for me. This is the power of addiction, okay? It can consume you. Do not let it consume you. Be aware of what you're doing. Hopefully I can teach you. Hopefully you're going to learn from me. I would hate for anyone to go back through what I did. It is horrendous stuff. So guys, wrap this video up. That is my crazy ass PayDay loan story. That debt's now gone. I've sorted myself out, sorted that out. However, guys, I was in a fortunate position to sort it out. Remember, if you're somebody who's just totally doesn't give a fuck, all these things will catch up with you later on. If that day comes where you want to sort yourself out, you've had enough, you will need to undo the damage from the last however many years you've been using, Because once it starts, it generally spirals. You start getting into debt, you go, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. All those times you say fuck it, you will have to revisit that, okay? I know this firsthand. But anyway, guys, I hope that helps you. I hope you can learn from this. Please take it on board. Do not let that shit control you. Stay sober. Sobriety is priority, guys. Without sobriety, nothing is possible. See you in the next one.